Gay rights, a problem or a solution.
I'm Louisa Arsenault.
I'm Simone Pike.
And I'm Miriam Mexum.
Did you know that less than 200 years ago, people were discriminated against just because they were left-handed? They were told being left-handed was an ethical wrong and that God saw the evils of it and that they were going to go to hell.
Think, are all left-handed people evil? Do left-handed people have the right to get married and not to be persecuted against? Then shouldn't gays? After all, it's only logical that the same arguments should have the same solution. Gays have had a history full of misery and triumph. Don't you think it's time they should get the final victory to be treated the same?
Henry Gerber, founder of the Chicago Society for Human Rights, the first American gay organization, Chicago, Illinois, 1924.
Thank you for coming tonight to the Chicago Society for Human Rights. Our purpose is to make people more comfortable with queers and to make queers more comfortable with themselves.
What's our policy towards bisexuality?
That's an excellent question, Al. We have decided to keep our organization a purely homophile society for the time being. As it turns out, Al was a bisexual, and it isn't particularly surprising that his wife was not thrilled to find out what he had become a part of.
My lord, what a disgrace. Why is he doing this to us? Our family. I mean, God knows we're good people,
Calm
but
down,
he keeps
Abigail.
us up.
Just tell me what happened and we'll figure out a solution.
It's my godforsaken husband again. He's ruining his own family name. He's gone and joined a group of men that think it's okay for a man to be with another man.
That can't be. He's made mistakes before, but he would never go this far.
I saw him with my own eyes.
You know what you have to do.
He'll end up in prison.
It's better. The eternal fire he is sure to face at his deathbed if he continues on this path.
I guess you're right.
Al's wife did inform the police, and Henry Gerber and his men were arrested without reason.
It was 2 o'clock on a Sunday morning when I heard a knock at the door.
Open up, Chicago police. Grab his typewriter, books, anything and everything you can carry. You're being arrested.
At no time was I shown a warrant for my arrest. At our trial to the R.A. Prejudice Court, we were obviously guilty. We were guilty just for being queer.
The 50s was a time of absolute opposition to the very idea of homosexuality. It seemed as if, once again, people had adapted to a specific role in society, and anyone who did not agree with the role chosen for them was persecuted.
Today, class, we are going to be watching the film Boys Beware, which teaches you of the evils of homosexuality.
Dear Lord, I've heard what the boys watched in class today. Boys beware. I'm afraid I may be homosexual. Lord, please, don't think less of me. If you could, it would really help if you could make these feelings disappear. But I understand if you don't want to help me anymore because of this disease. I'll change. I'll cure myself if you don't want to. Please, Lord, protect me from the evils of homosexuality. In the Lord's name, amen.
The first time gays were nationally honored was on June 26, 1970, at the first Gay Pride Parade, which was held in Chicago, Illinois.
You're a disgrace to mankind.
Love is all that matters.
The Gay Pride Parade proved to be a time for gays to show America, we're here, we're queer, and proud. That's why the idea stuck around. And most major cities now celebrate gays in the month of June.
Hello?
Mom, it's me, Chip. Something terrible's happened.
What happened? Are you okay?
It's too gruesome. They still haven't found his head.
It was 1988 when we found an old, burnt-out car near Progress Cemetery in Carbondale, Illinois. We approached the car carefully. What we found when we reached it was a horrifying sight. It was that of a lifeless, headless young man.
He was a young man living in southern Illinois when one night he made a fatal mistake. He went to Crab Orchard Lake to meet a potential partner, but was instead picked up by Richard Nitz, who decapitated him.
His tragic case does not stand alone in the record books. It is accompanied by countless others of hate crimes committed against homosexual men and women of every race in every corner of the world.
The only reason for this brutal act was because the partner he sought was another man.
Rest in peace, Michael Miley. America claims to offer liberty and justice for all. If this is true, then how come a whole group of people, gays, were excluded from all military services until only 17 years ago and are still forced to keep their sexual orientation a complete secret at all times? The Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy began as a well-intended campaign promise by Bill Clinton in the early 90s.
If you elect me as your president, I promise that American homosexuals will be allowed to serve their country in the military. This campaign promise did not go unfulfilled, but perhaps it would have been better if it had, because the revisions made to the plan Clinton originally proposed did little to help gays in the military.
Hey,
So what is this new don't ask, don't tell policy?
I don't know, but I sure wouldn't want to be serving with one of those perverts.
Why are gays perverts? And who says any of them would be interested in you anyway?
Well, they can't help themselves. They're attracted to every man they see. What if one of them tried to rape me or something?
Oh, right, because you want to rape every woman you see. You know, we're not really any different from you. And don't worry about me forcing myself on you. I would never like a man as ignorant as you anyway.
General Myers, I'm sad to report that one of our soldiers isn't as they appear.
Yes, soldier, who is it you're worried about?
I'm afraid Perry is gay, sir.
What? But he's one of our best soldiers. Tell him to be in my office in 10 minutes for questioning. I'm sure it's just a mix-up. Sorry to take your time, but there's been a small misunderstanding. I was hoping you could clear it up for us.
Yes, sir?
Now, Perry, are you sexually interested in any of your fellow soldiers?
No, sir.
All right, then.
I have a partner back home.
What? You can't be gay. You're one of our best men.
Sir, I'm sure you've heard of General Eisenhower. He told his secretary that he wanted to exclude all gays from military services. His secretary turned to him and said, "You'll have to start with me." Sir, I don't think it would be fair for you to exclude me, but you are the general, so you may do whatever you like. Just know you are losing one of your best men.
This is how the military careers of thousands of Americans ended.
Gays today still face injustice. There are still those who simply cannot accept them as equals. But the number of people who can is rising. Look how far America has come. Less than 50 years ago, in Texas, there was a stricter penalty for being gay than there was for second-degree murder. But although most of us now accept gays for who they are, it is still often difficult for many of them to come out of the closet and tell those closest to them who they truly are. Shouldn't we make it easier?
I'm trapped. I try to get out, but every time I try, someone or something just pushes me farther in. And my feelings? They're scattered around me like clothing hanging from hangers. And as I try to get closer to the door, images of rejection from family and friends pass through my mind. And each shirt and dress I shove away from me gives me a thought. Marriage, starting a family, protection, acceptance, serving my country, none of it is possible. Yet I make my way slowly, stumbling on shoes, my fear of rejection. And as I'm about to step into the world with bare feet, I hold on tightly to the hinges of my closet and say my final goodbyes. I ask myself, as I come out of the closet, are gay rights a solution? If I would have had them earlier, would I have come out sooner?
As Paulette Kirkin, Student Development Coordinator at Southern Illinois University, once said, "Most people think gays want special rights. They don't. All they want is equal rights."
As Rita Mae Brown, author of The Ruby Fruit Jungle, once said, "The only queers are those who don't love anyone."
Let gay rights be the solution.